Welcome to the program Agenda. I'm your host, Cito Beltran, and thank you for subscribing to Cignal TV and watching us here on One News PH via channels 8 and 250. You can also watch us via facebook.com/. One News PH, and of course, YouTube, One News PH. And please, if you can, download the Cignal Play app so kahit mamasyal na kayo, pwede pa rin nyo kaming mapanood. And today is October 22, 2021, Friday. And wala pong masyadong mapolitikang issue, pero marami tayong pag-uusapan because today is the last day of the week. So we were hoping to do a more relaxed episode. However, Senator Grace Poe came out with a statement regarding the private motor vehicle inspection system or PMVIC centers, na sinabi niya, akala ko ba suspended yan? Bakit nagbukas na naman daw? And yesterday, the LTO came out with a response or a reply, and we will tackle that this morning para maliwanagan ano ba talaga, Kuya Eddie? Okay, hindi naman po. Kuya Edgar, ASEC Edgar Galvante. We will speak to ASEC Galvante later, and maybe it's a good time to catch up para dun sa mga nagtatanong, magkakaroon pa ba ng plaka ang mga motorsiklo? Ano na ba ang nangyayari? I think it was Congresswoman Bernadette Herrera C. who was asking what happened to all the money and programs proposed for the IT development or modernization of the LTO. And ako naman po, magtatanong tayo, tungkol ba dun sa mga security plates? Because if you have been reading my column in the Philippine Star, I have written at least three times actually, about smuggled luxury cars, mga Ferrari, na akala natin pa isa-isa, pa lima-lima. My last column, I wrote that I got the shock of my life when I discovered there are reportedly 53 Ferraris in the market now or have been sold recently na illegally. Hindi naman illegal. Okay? Kumbaga, gray market. They were sold by stores that are not the official distributor of Ferrari. Ano ba pakinin nyo? You might say, Sito, ano ba? Hindi sumasayad sa panaginip yung Ferrari. Well, here's the thing. After I wrote about 53 smuggled or gray market Ferraris, I got a request for a meeting from the Bureau of Customs, yung intelligence group. Very active po. And I found out, hindi lang pala 53, 78. Now, if you are driving a car that is not fully tax paid, alam naman niyo po, si Kuya Cito, marami tayong alam niyo sa mga kotse-kotse, mga ginagawang palusot paraan. One is using security plates, lalo na yung mga congressman dyan. Okay, we will ask ASEC Galvante all about that. But before that, let's go to our daily starter. Your life is a result of your choices. If you don't like your life, it's time to make some better choices. Kaganda po, no? And, similarly, there is a saying that if you don't like where you are, move. You are not a tree. Marami po kasi sa atin, we simply accept the situation. We simply live with our circumstance and we say, well, pinanganak akong ganyan, mamamatay akong ganyan, or because we made some choices that didn't turn out as great as we expected, we live with the consequence. It is normal to make mistakes or bad choices. It is normal that some of our choices don't turn out the way we wanted. but it is abnormal to punish ourselves with because of those choices when in fact we can make better choices or new choices. Sabi nga nung tatay kong si Louis Beltran, pinakilala ko yung bago kong girlfriend noon. And ewan ko, siguro inspired wisdom on the part of my father, and he said, both of you are allowed to make mistakes in life. The mistake you are not allowed to make are permanent mistakes. Mistakes that will ruin your reputation or mistakes that will nail your future to the wall. Kinalabasan, ang ibig pala niyang sabihin, siguraduhin nyo lang. Just make sure that if you guys choose to get married, that you have the capacity, the ability, and the desire to stay married. Because marriage is not a mistake you can undo, especially not in the Philippines. So, there you go. Your life is a result of your choices. If you don't like your life, it's time to make some better choices. From Mr. Zig Ziglar. Okay, yan na po ang ating daily starter. And heads up, warning para sa inyong mga katropa kong timawa sa bulalo, sa lechon, sa chicharong bulaklak. Beginning next week, nagbabagong buhay na po ako. And you will probably be hearing more and more about certain discoveries and documentaries that I have been studying. So, baka sabihin nyo, anong nangyari kay Beltran? Napossess na yata ng mga vegetarian. Okay, well, let's now go to the front page of the Philippine Star. Ayan po, front page of the Philippine Star, DILG willing to defer alert level system in provinces. Matapos, after hearing the explanation of representatives of the League of Provinces, the DILG has agreed to delay the implementation of the COVID alert level system in provinces outside of Metro Manila. Now, yun po, no? So it's a simple news item. Nakakatawa lang po dito. Well, I try to find I try to amuse myself in this thing because Secretary Ed Anyo was Secretary Anyo was quoted as saying, okay lang kasi a few days na lang naman tapos na yung October, next month na yon. So, ayun po, ano ba ngayon? Di ba, 22 ngayon. So, in a matter of 8 days, November na tayo, ayun na. So, for the provinces, the governors, you have a little over 1 week to get your act together. And going to the top of the Philippine Star, the header article, no Delta subvariant detected in the Philippines. According to the Philippine Genome Center and the Department of Health, the Delta subvariant labeled as Alpha Yankee .4.2 or AY.4.2 has not been detected in the Philippines. The reason there is concern about the AY.4.2 is because it was found in the United Kingdom and is supposed to be accounting for 8% yata of the reported cases or cases that have been tracked. So sa Pilipinas, wala naman daw po. And the problem is this variant is supposedly even more contagious than Delta. Awa ng Diyos, hindi pa naman tayo masyadong pinapasok ng Inglaterra. So, there you go. The DOH says, but the DOH reminds you, mask on, shields down, and social distance. Okay. That beautiful photo on the front page of the Philippine Star is a diver inside one of the tanks at the Ocean Park in Manila, diyan po malapit sa Luneta, or katabi ng Luneta. It's part of the Luneta actually. And after more than a year of closure, sabi ko nga kanina, yung buwan-buwan, naging Sabalo na. Or ewan ko, akala nila dilis, yung pala bangus. Sa tagal ng walang nakapasok dyan sa Ocean Park, ayun na, ang lalaki na bigla ng mga isda. Okay, moving on. New protocols being drafted for election campaign. Medyo babaguhin daw po ang sistema for the election because hindi magkaintindihan kung paano. The DILG is crafting new protocols for election campaigns for 2022. According to Undersecretary Epimaco Densing, they are in talks with the Committee on Data Analytics to discuss the establishment of new campaign protocols. Pag-uusapan pa lang, nagko-consultation pa lang kasi medyo kailangan pag-ingatan to. Pero mukhang papayagan naman daw yung house to house and wave but cannot go inside. Sabi kong baga, yung mga politiko pwedeng bumisita sa mga barangay, kumatok sa mga pinto, you can knock door to door, wave at the residents, but you are not allowed to go inside. And of course, there will always be strict social distancing. Pero sabi nga no, isang kakilala ko, in your dreams, you cannot even stop the candidates, the presidential candidates from holding rallies where hundreds of people attend. Huwag na natin sabing thousands, pero doon sa Batangas, si Isko Moreno, Manny Pacquiao, and then in Bamban, Tarlac, Isko Moreno again, were on the road campaigning, hindi pa nga election, nangangampanya na Yan. In your dreams. Okay, further down, let's go. There you go. You have a photo of President Rodrigo Duterte, okay, and Senator Bongo unveiling the project marker of the Sariaya Bypass Road during a ceremony in Lucena City. Okay, yan pong 7.42 kilometer Sariaya Bypass Road, which is seen to decongest the Manila South Road, Daang Maharlika from Sariaya to Lucena by as much as 40%. In fairness, lahat po yung mga ginawa na yan ng DPWH talaga naman po nakakatulong. Okay, IATF resolution basis for no job, according to Secretary Bello. Diyan ako believe kay Sec Bebot Bello. Ang galing. Okay, why? Because, if the Department of Labor were to step out and say, no vaccination, no employment, they would essentially be speaking against their mandate to promote, protect employment and jobs. But now, because the IATF that is in position, in power, and in control of our national effort to control COVID, has come out with a resolution na no job, safe na ang dole. Sabi, may health crisis and our health crisis committee has said it, so they get a green light to pass that policy. So kayo pong mga tinatamad magpabakuna, mag-isip-isip na kayo. Kahit doon sa bahay ko, sinabihan ko na, we are actually only down to one individual in our place in Lipa na hindi pa nababakunahan. And sabi ko, pagbalik ko dyan sa Lipa at hindi ka pa bakunado, maghanap ka na ng ibang trabaho, and I don't care what people may say because I have comorbidities. I am 65. I will not die because you cannot be bothered to get vaccine. Kasi doon po sa Lipa, linggo-linggo na yata may bakunahan. Okay, let's move forward, lower to the front page. Okay. Isko Moreno vows 50% fuel and electricity tax cut if elected. Promises, promises. I'm done with promises, promises. I am po. No, sorry, Philippine Star. Hindi ko naman pinaglalaroan yung front page nyo. But I cannot help myself with this statement of Isko Moreno because while many people have suggested that through the decades, it has never happened. And as someone pointed out to me, kung sakasakaling mag-impossible dream nga, magkatotoo maging presidente si Isko Moreno, and he reduces 50% of the fuel and electricity tax, for certain he will get it somewhere else. Ang gobyerno po, ganon. Ang politiko, ganon. They will tell you, I will relieve you of this problem, but they will create another problem. Ayan po, no? Sorry for the editorial, but medyo wag po tayong basta-basta sumasakay. Next. COVID-19. Okay, good news, bad news. Good news, 4,800 na laang or still all over the country. So we seem to be plateauing this week at 4,800. The problem is the number of deaths, okay? Because para pong parang alon, tumataas, bumababa. 260 deaths, and like I said yesterday, actually even more than what I forecasted yesterday, we have reached 41,000. It is now 41,237 total number, kabuang bilang of Filipinos who died from COVID-19 since March 2020. Ewan ko lang kung was there ever any war or any calamity where more Filipinos died than from COVID-19. So mag-ingat po kayong lahat. Okay, going back to the front page. Go Negosyo under Presidential Advisor Joey Concepcion and Philippine Airlines seek to pilot test North America for no quarantine plan. The idea is to create a system, pilot flight from the United States to the Philippines where the passengers won't have to undergo quarantine. And how will this happen? The idea is for passengers to be vaccinated, pre-tested, and there is, according to Ambassador to the United States, Babes Romualdez, there is a company that can give the service of testing the passenger, and upon arrival in Manila, napadala na sa NAIA yung test result. So, if you leave New York, New York, or LA, I don't know if they fly out of New York, but I know they fly out of LA. Now, if they leave LA and they arrive here, okay, pagdating doon sa arrival area, magpipila sila. Bingo, ayan na po. You're negative, you can go straight home. Okay. Further down the news, mobility for minors limited to essential travel and exercise. Metro Manila Development Authority Chairman Benhar Abalos Dasan and Secretary Harry Roque have both announced that the permission to travel or to go out for minors is limited to essential travel. Kailangan pumunta sa doktor, kailangan umuwi sa probinsya or whatever, hindi bakasyon, hindi pasyal, papayagan. Kids can go out for essential travel and for exercise only. Okay. And last but not the least, US approves mixing COVID jobs. Ayan na po, pati nga dito sa Manila, balita ko may gumagawa na eh. The United States has approved the mixed-use policy. Parang commercial district mixed-use policy where nasaksakan ka ng Pfizer, na 2 shots ka na ng Pfizer, biglang Moderna lang ang available, pwede na yon. O kaya Janssen, pwede na yon. According to someone I know who actually did it, nakadalawang Sinovac na siya, and recently nagpasaksak sila ng Moderna dito. And take and pay. Take and pay. Take your vaccination and pay. I will not get into that because I still need to check the information. Anyway, as I pointed out, today we will speak with someone who started as a police officer in the PNP, retired as Police Director General, and formerly the PNP's Deputy Chief for National Operations and Director for the NCR Capital Region, and was subsequently assigned as Assistant Secretary for the Land Transportation Office, none other than ASEC Edgar Galvante. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Cito, at good morning sa iyong mga taga-subaybay.
Okay, medyo mahina yata yung mic ni ASEC Galvante. Boys, paki-check na lang, but I will also check my monitor here. But anyway, good morning, sir. And naobserbahan kita kanina pa eh. Sabi ko, believe ako dito kay ASEC. Siya yung nagse-set up ng kanyang video, yung kanyang camera, computer. Techie ka ba talaga, ASEC?
Hindi naman, nag-aaral pa hanggang ngayon, Cito. And mahirap naman kasing laging dependent ka eh, no? Lalo na pag ikaw ay retired na, wala ka ng assistant.
Okay. Well, I guess that's true for you and me kasi ang assistant ko, misis ko, kanya pag nag-away kami, magsosolo ko. Anyway, thank you for joining us this morning, Assistant Secretary Galvante. And perhaps it's also an opportunity sa LTO para mapag-usapan natin yung mga iba't ibang bagay na parang nakakaligtaan or nagiging issue na naman. First of all is the Private Motor Vehicle Inspection Center where Senator Grace Poe raised the concern na akala ko ba suspended yung mga PMVIC na yan? Bakit pinapayagang mag-operate? And I understand you came out with a very strong statement yesterday. Pakilinaw nga lang po, ASEC.
Totoo yun, hindi naman suspendido ang operation ng PMVIC. Ang sinuspend yung pagre-require na mandatory na sila lang ang gagamitin sa inspection ng sasakyan. Lalong-lalo na kung sa lugar wala namang MVIC na malapit. Kaya nagpatuloy lang ito, but for the motorists, they are free to patronize either the PETC or the MVIC. No? But they should understand that kung PETC ang papatronize nila, hindi naman ibig sabihin na nakakuha sila ng clearance sa PETC, automatic pwede i-register yung sasakyan nila. They still have to be subjected to inspection by the LTO evaluators for roadworthiness. Bagamat siyempre nagdepende or visual, maaaring hindi kumpleto yung check-up na nagagawa o hindi mas accurate comparatively kaysa kung ang gagamitin yung motor vehicle inspection system.
Okay, nung
So
una ninyo... Yes, sir.
linawin ko lang, hindi suspended ang operation, but rather yung requirement ng mandatory na doon lang ipadadaan ng mga vehicles na ipaparehistro.
Okay, sa madaling sabi, hindi sapilitan na sa PMVIC magpa-inspect. Kung merong PETC ba yun? Doon pwede, pero tetestingin pa rin lahat yan pag nagparehistro sa LTO office.
Tama yun, Cito.
Okay, Asek, natatandaan ko when all of this controversy, flared up, there were people na naintindihan naman who understood what the LTO wanted to achieve: better checking, better testing, and total road safety or worthiness of vehicles. But they also recommended a compromise. Kumbaga kasi maraming natakot nung lumabas yung press release na meron daw 62 points of check-up or testing, and many people medyo ninervyos kasi sabi, teka, yung kotse ko ginawa before 1990, baka mamaya pagpunta ko dyan sa PMVIC na yan, hindi pumasa yung kotse ko. Has there been adjustments in what is tested? Kasi I remember in Congress that was even raised na let's follow a minimum. Wag naman yung sabi nga exaggerated.
Yeah, totoo yun, Cito. Actually, hindi lang 60-something, but 73, no? But of course, ang primordial dito, yung pinagtutunan talaga ng pansin, that which can put the safety of the vehicle in jeopardy ka nga. Let's say, yung katulad ng gulong, medyo mahigpit dyan dahil lang iba, mawalang galang na, lalo-lalo na sa PUVs, public utility vehicle. Kahit na labas na yung fly, ayaw pa nilang palitan. And definitely, sa mga kalsada natin, lalo-lalo na kung hindi magandang weather condition, maaaring yung traction ng mga gulong hindi effective. Yung mga shock absorbers nila sa isang sakuna, nakitang dahil sa shock absorber, nagdulot ito ng hindi maayos na control sa sasakyan at nagresulta na isang aksidente na kung saan marami nasaktan at in fact namatay. No? Kaya yung mga ganon na mga portion ng vehicle na sinecheck, lalong-lalo na yun ang makaka-affect sa safety ng operation ng vehicle sa lansangan.
Okay, paano naman po yung mga naging issue na bagong kotse, pinatest dun sa PMVIC? Kasi naawa rin naman tayo dun sa mga tiga PMVIC, Sumuporta sila sa programa ng gobyerno. They invested, I think, 50 million ba per unit, per station. And then biglang hindi nila kinikita yung pera, lalo na because of COVID. Yung pong, ano na nga ba yung tinatanong ko? Nalito na ako eh. I'll get this, don't worry. You're saying, sir?
Naintindihan ko yung mga nauna, mawalang galang na huli. Kasi ito yung pinapaulit-ulit na issue, bagamat merong kaunting pagkakamali. Ito yung nangyari yata sa Nueva Ecija, kung saan yung kalang sound tester, nag-record ng mga 600-something decibel. Na ang dapat lang is about 99 ang ipinapasa. So may pagkakamali yung reading at na-correct naman ito. At hindi naman kasi yung 66, mga 600 decibel hindi lang doon sa kabuuan ng compound ng MVIC maririnig ito. Practically siguro sa buong Central Luzon na yung ganong kalakas. At saka yung sinabi na nangyari sa Angeles na may diferensya yung preno, totoo naman na according to the explanation and investigation ng owner ng MVIC, kinorek naman sa pinagdalahan bago na check uli at pa-check uli, pasado na. So, maliban doon, ang ibang kumbaga iringan is that lalong-lalo na nung nagkakahigpitan, meron mga MVICs na kung hindi daw sila kukuha yung motorist, hindi kukuha ng insurance doon sa kaalyado ng MVICs, hindi sila i-schedule na i-test. Yun ang mga usual na angal. Pero ina-adjust na yan at so far, wala akong natatanggap na complaint na ganun ang nature.
Okay, na-correct na po ba yung racket na yun, ASEC? Kasi marami talaga naman nag-complain tungkol dyan. Yung TPL na yan. Kasi sinasabi ng marami, may comprehensive yung aking sasakyan. May insurance yung aming sasakyan. Pagkatapos, ini-insiste pa rin na kumuha kami ng TPL na dyan sa LTO branch, etc.
Actually, ang LTO, wala kaming, kumbaga, rinaran na insurance agent. But
Yes, sir.
Kung anong accredited insurance commission. But linawin ko lang, sana tignan nila, yung sinasabi lang comprehensive. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng comprehensive, nakalagay doon yung requirements ng TPL. Actually, registration, hindi kailangan na option ng motorist kung comprehensive niya yung cover ng insurance sakyan or TPL. Ang requirement sa batas para marehistro is that yung third-party liability coverage. Yun ang hinihingi. Kaya kahit na mag-present ka ng comprehensive insurance at wala yung TPL, a-advisean ka na kumuha ka ng TPL. Pero kung may comprehensive at na TPL, hindi ka na re-requirein.
Ayun.
Bagamat merong suggestion dyan, I think sinusugan na ito ng Insurance Commission, na dapat yung coverage mo ng sasakyan, tumutugma sa validity na registration mo. Hindi pwedeng, let's say, ang coverage mo, kalahati lang ng taon ng life registration ng sasakyan mo.
Okay. Pasensya ka na, ASEC, no? Medyo bibilisan ko lang ang tanungan kasi 8:32 na pala dito. Mabilisan na lang po. Second issue po, itong mga nasulat ko sa Philippine Star, ito bang mga hinahanap, iniimbestiga ng Bureau of Customs sa mga luxury cars at Ferrari? At may nagsabi sa akin na aralin ko yung mga naka-security plates. Matagal na rin naman akong kakampi ng LTO, so kabisado ko na yan even before nandiyan ka sa LTO na may mga ilang politikong humihingi ng security plates tapos itinatapal sa kanilang luxury cars na lundag talon o hindi bayad kompleto yung taxes. Ano ba ang patakaran for security plates? And are you able to monitor this, ASEC?
Yes, generally, ang security plate hindi pwedeng ibigay o hindi pwedeng kabit sa non-government vehicles. Linawin ko lang yon, hindi pwedeng gamitin sa non-government vehicle. At yung mga vehicles na ito, dapat naka-issue, merong mga authorized na gumamit ng security plate. Halimbawa, yung mga ang batayan nito nung pangnaunang issuance noong 1980s, then sinusugan ng issuance noong 1982. At nakasaad dito, of course, yung mga authorized lang na magkaroon yan, let's say, yung mga secretaries ng department and their deputies, Chief Justice, tapos yung mga officials na by nature of their function, their offices, kailangan naman merong may seguridad na mas mahigit kaysa sa ordinary. And definitely, hindi ito binibigay sa private vehicles o private owners. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan, hindi pa ako, wala pang nadadala sa amin na kaso ng vehicle na nag-export na security plate na hindi naman authorized.
Okay. Do you have alam po ba ninyo kung ilan ang security plates na naka-issue? Kasi siyempre, pag nagbabago administrasyon, dapat may mga nare-recall. Naging issue na yan before, bago pa ng panahon nyo, yung number 8 plate, for instance. matagal nang wala sa Kongreso yung mama, pero yung plaka ginagamit pa nung apo. So, yung mga ganon. Kayo ba ay nag-audit ba kayo ng mga security plates, congressional plates, etc.? At ito po ba ay matatrack ninyo pag ginusto ninyo malaman?
May record naman diyan ano at may compilation ng LTO ng mga record ng na-issue na security plate. At yung nasabi ninyo tungkol sa mga dating inisyuan sa Kongreso at hindi na sila kasama sa current Congress nga, dapat ma-recall na yung security plate nila kung meron man silang security plate. But nakalagay din doon nung dati-dati, may nakalagay dyan kung let's say 16 Congress, 15 Congress. Ibig sabihin nun, yung duration lang ng year na yon, authorized yung paggamit ng number plates nila, security plates nila.
Okay. Well,
yung kasi, kung masabi ko lang, hindi hindi security plate yung mga may low number plate, but rather, as defined, yun ang kategorya ng opisyal.
Okay. So, well, I leave it at that, Asek, and siguro babalikan ko kayo. Pero pahabol ko lang, Asek, aminin ko na, personal agenda ko ito. 20 years ko na kasing pinupush dyan sa LTO na marehistro yung mga vintage motor vehicles. Yung mga panahon naming mga lolo, panahon natin, balita ko may kinumpuni kayo diyan, wala pang katapusan. Si Congressman Bebot Alvarez, who will be our next guest, has tried to push for that. Congressman Paul Dasa. Ano po ba ang problema kung bakit hindi magawa na payagang marehistro ang mga classic, mga vintage and historical vehicles sa Pilipinas?
Insofar as the LTO is concerned, ang batayan ng rehistrong sasakyan is roadworthiness, hindi na yung edad. Kumbaga, nagluwag na doon. But I understand na merong pinapanukalang batas na magiging batayan kung paano ang registration ng vintage vehicles. At ang LTO naman, suportado itong ganitong hakbang. Again, ang batayan ng rehistro is roadworthiness more than the age.
Magkakatotoo kaya yung panaginip namin before you step down or to be continued pa rin, Asek? Talagang iiyak na ako.
Actually, on case-by-case basis, let's say kung meron kang sakyang ganon, idudog mo, ika nga, at i-inspeksyonin at kung roadworthy, bibigyan naman ng rehistro.
Okay, well, tingnan po natin kung ano mangyayari, Asek, at sana magkatotoo in your watch kasi marami-rami na ring Asek before you ang nag-promise sa akin. Bigo pa rin ako. Thank you very much, Asek Galvante. Have a good day and congratulations on your hard work, sir.
Maraming salamat din sa iyo, Cito. At ingat din ikaw dahil nasabi mo, kung may comorbidity ka, pareho tayo. Kaya ingat tayo pareho.
Okay.
Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga.
Thank you very much. That's ASEC Assistant Secretary Edgar Galvante of the Land Transportation Office. And we will go for a quick break. Balikan naman natin. When we return, we will speak with Congressman Pantaleon Bebot Alvarez na isa ring masugid na tiga monitor ng LTO. We'll be right back here on Agenda. Welcome back to the program agenda. At para po sa inyo mga nagtatanong, why am I wearing this color? It is in observance of cancer, breast cancer, and to show support for everyone and anyone who is suffering from cancer. Alam niyo po, ilang beses ko na rin nabanggit that here in the program that my sister Marisa, who is married to Coach Eric Altamirano, recently came down with breast cancer and has been going through chemotherapy. Thank you, Lord, that mukhang maklik naman siya. And it has been a very difficult, traumatic, and expensive journey for everyone. Cancer does not affect the patient alone, it affects the family. Kasi hindi mo tatalikuran yung and I just want to ask all our viewers, please, if you know someone, find ways and means to make life easier for them. Give them a ride. Alam nyo, yung sister ko, maraming tumutulong. Pero mapapansin nyo po, no, pag may nagpadala lang ng fruits, isang araw, pagdating niya doon sa bahay, galing siya sa ospital, merong isang basket ng fruits, pinost niya sa Facebook dahil sobrang tuwa niya. The recognition and the encouragement that comes from little things for people who are facing life-threatening challenges. Okay, so let's now go to our next guest, a regular here, or dati regular, ngayon naging mabisi na, Congressman Bebot Alvarez. Good morning, sir. Okay. You are muted, Congressman. Your mic is muted.
Kuyan, pasensya na dahil matagal ako nakatulog kagabi. Daming meeting.
Nasyak ako. Ano yan? Bakit nagbibigoti ka na? Kamukha mo na si Erap. Anyway, Kong, how are you? Are you in Davao? Are you in... where are you in the Philippines right now?
Okay naman ako, Kuya. Nandito ako ngayon sa bahay sa Quezon City. Dahil nung naka-recover ako sa COVID, ay umuwi muna ako ng Manila para magpa-check up ulit kung talagang okay na.
Mm-hmm. And you obviously, mukhang nangayayat ka, Congressman.
Konti lang.
Oo, di konti yan. Kitang-kita, slim ka ngayon. Although mukhang pagod ka. Anyway, Congressman, many things to ask you. First of all, you said nag-recover ka sa COVID. Meron ka bang masishare sa mga viewers natin? Lalo na yung mga hindi pa nababakunahan. Siguro ang unang tanong, thank you Lord, you survived. Pero butas bulsa mo sigurado.
Mahirap po yan, no? Pagka natamaan ka ng COVID, hindi lang katawan yung mahirap, kundi pati yung gastos, mahirap din.
Mm-hmm.
Buti naman sa Davao Del Norte, ay mula nung umupo akong congressman, at sinikap ko na yung zero billing ng hospital. So lahat ng magkakasakit doon, may iniwan na akong budget doon para doon kukunin yung pambayad ng hospitalizations nila, pagpagamot, lahat. So pag na-hospital yung mga taga-distrito ko sa Davao del Norte, wala silang babayaran.
Okay, so nakatulong. Sa'yo ba, milyon ba yung ginastos sa'yo? Because wala akong kaibigan na hindi gumastos ng milyon nung na-COVID. Were you mild, severe, o critical?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yan.
Ikaw ba, severe ka ba o critical yung COVID mo?
Severe ko yan, yung COVID ko.
Wow. Okay.
Ang
Anyway,
mahirap pa doon dahil pati yung wife ko na COVID. Tapos yung dalawang baby namin na COVID din. Kaya
and
doon ako kinabahan ng husto.
pero nag-survive naman sila, nakabawi naman.
Pero okay naman. Recover.
Okay, we seem to be having technical difficulties. Kong, if you can hear me, let's go directly to the topic. Dati kang DOTC Secretary, nagiging issue na naman itong private motor vehicle inspection. Sabi naman ni ASEC, ay hindi naman daw puwersahan. They are simply giving people a choice kung pupunta sa private motor vehicle inspection center o sa PETC. Ano po ang response niyo dito, Congressman?
Yun ang nabasa ko nga, kuya, na hindi naman exclusive. So, ang nasuspend naman ay yung exclusivity nung pagkandak ng PMVIs. So, pero yung mga taong bayan, pwede pa rin silang mamili ng facility kung saan nila ipapagawa yun. Ngunit, nagka-problema ako dyan, kuya, nung itong nakaraang linggo dahil merong isang greedy na negosyante doon sa distrito ko, sa Tagum City, kung saan pilit pinapa-implement na sa kanila lang pwede magpagawa ng motor vehicle inspection. Kaya sobrang gulo ko yan at ang daming tao ang nagrereklamo. Ngayon, yun nga ang nakipag-ugnayan din kami sa opisina ni ASEC Galvante dahil tigaroon din siya sa Davao City. At bakit hindi sinita nung LTO yung pinapagawa doon sa Tagum City?
Okay. So ano ang naging resulta ng complaint nyo?
Ang sabi, papupuntahan nila doon, paiimbestigahan nila yung pangyayari. Kasi ang pinapakitang kontrata nung negosyante ay yung pinirmahan ni ASEC Galvante. Na pwede daw sila exclusive.
Okay. So, medyo mukhang lalala pa itong issue na ito. Ano ang balak ninyong gawin? May oras pa ba na korekin yan sa Congress, Kong Bebot?
Ang pinakamabilis diyan, kuya, na remedyo siguro, yung mismong LTO at saka yung DOTR secretary.
Wag nang ipasa sa Kongreso yung trabaho ng DOTR at ng LTO.
Yes, kasi obviously wala nang panahon at saka yung mga congressman ngayon, nagkakampanya na, kuya, dahil nakapag-file na ng kanilang certificates of candidacy yan.
Okay, alam ng ilang tao na katulad ko, at least ako dati, ngayon retired na ako, ikaw ay mahilig ka rin sa mga lumang kotse. Kumbaga, tayo yung mga mambo boys, mambo bulok. Now, sinabi ko kay Assistant Secretary Galvante na, Sir, marami ng LTO chiefs ang nangako sa amin na ipapasayang yung either memorandum order, circular o kaya pa policy para marehistro lahat yung mga 19 kopong-kopong na mga kotse natin. I know that many times during the Duterte administration, you pushed for that. Ano na nangyari? Mukhang to be continued na naman ba ang ating pelikula?
Alam mo, nahiya na rin ako sa iyo dyan, kuya, dahil hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin nangyayari. Kaya nga siguro, mabuti pagka pumasok itong bagong Congress, ay meron na talagang batas talaga ang ipapasa natin para hindi na mahirapan magrehistro ng mga vintage vehicles. Dahil hindi ko maintindihan kung roadworthiness lang ang pag-uusapan, aba yung vintage vehicles, ngayon kuya nga, mas roadworthy na yan kaysa ibang vehicles dyan dahil halos pag gumawa tayo ng sasakyan, parang brand new ang gusto natin na lumabas. Kaya pag dinrive mo yan, parang brand new yan. So kung roadworthiness lang pag-uusapan, talagang roadworthy yan.
So ang mangyayari, if you get back to the to Congress, tatakbo ka pa rin naman for Congress?
Yes, kuya, kumakandidato ako ngayon.
Okay, so you will push for a law for the registration of all vintage vehicle. Okay, let's go to that badge on your chest. Partido Reforma. Alam mo, nung in-announce mo yan, napakamot tuloy ako. Sabi ko, meron palang ganong partido. Kasi ang alam ko lang, liberal, nasyonalista, PDP, etc. No? Pero sabi ko, bakit? Saan nanggaling yung Partido Reforma na yan?
Kuya, itong Partido Reforma, ito yung kauna-unahang partido na sinalihan ko nung nanalo ako noong 1998 bilang isang congressman. Ito ay ang founder nito si former Defense Secretary Renato de Villa. Ito ay tinayo niya nung siya ay kumandidato pagkapangulo ng Pilipinas noong 1998. Tapos ngayon nung nag-resign ako sa PDP laban, biglang sabi niya, "O Bebot, baka gusto mong buhayin yung partido natin at patakbuhin natin ulit para sumali sa mga susunod na halalan."
Okay.
Sabi ko naman, pwede, mas maganda.
Okay, natutulog yung partido sa cabinet, binunot ninyo sa drawer, binihisan ninyo, napakaganda ba niyang partido na yan na na-convince mo si Ping Lacson na tumakbong presidente?
Maganda yung adhikain ng partido ko yan, yung mga principles and objectives ng party, napakaganda. At reform-oriented siya. At sa tingin ko naman, siguro feeling din ni Senator Ping Lacson, ito ay nauugma sa kanyang programa nga, yung kanyang objective na pwedeng gawin sa Pilipinas, itong baguhin ang ating bansa. Maraming mga reforms ang iniisip ni Senator Ping para sa ating bansa. Lalong-lalo na kuya nga, ito pinakamahalaga. Yung budget reforms. Ang gusto niya mangyari ay ang yung budget ng Pilipinas ay mag-uumpisa sa barangay. Tsaka palang aakyat papuntang Malacanang, papuntang Kongreso, papuntang Presidente. Maganda yun para walang naiiwan sa budget processing.
Okay. Mukhang nililihis ako nitong isang tao. Nagtatanong, mas interesado raw sila kung meron ba kayong naririnig sa Davao tungkol kay Sara Duterte. That remains, I don't know, friends na ba kayo ni Sara? Kasi noon, alam ko, nagkaroon ng tampuhan. Are you friends? Do you know if she's running, etc.?
Kuya, hindi naman ako nakikipag-away. Madalas ako naaaway, pero okay lang yun.
Okay.
Wala akong balita. Ang balita ko lang na tumatakbo siya ngayon ulit for re-election.
Okay, now, so going back to Partido Reforma, are you forecasting any changes in the setup? Kasi right now, kandidato nyo si Ping Lacson, and then Vice President niya si Tito Sen. Now, people keep talking about slide down or unification or trading, palitan, or common candidates. Ikaw, veterano ka na. You're a veteran politician. You know the lay of the land. What are you seeing in the near future?
Ang nakikita ko dito, Kuya, magtutuloy-tuloy ito at eventually, mananalo si Ping Lacson dito.
Mhm.
Ito, masasabi ko dahil nga nakahanda yung partido, nakalatag kami sa mga grassroots, no? At sigurado, pagka umakyat yung numbers ni Ping Lacson, yun na yun.
Anong magpapataas ng numbers ni Ping Lacson? Kasi what is the greatest challenge to Ping Lacson? Kasi may mga nagsasabi na kasi hindi niya talaga pinush yung kanyang plano early. May mga nagsasabi naman na kasi yung history niya na na nasa PNP siya dati, etc. What is the greatest challenge to Ping Lacson?
Sa ngayon, Kuya, no, ang nakikita ko lang na greatest challenge ni Senator Ping, siyempre yung ibang politiko kasi mahilig alam mo na, yung mga dating ginagawa ng mga politiko, pasayaw-sayaw, pakanta-kanta, no, pabiro-biro, ay hindi yun yung personahe ni Senator Ping Lacson. Si Senator Ping Lacson masyadong seryoso sa sinasabi niya. Talagang pag sinabi niyang ganito, ay yun na yun. Face value, yun na yun. Wala siyang yung hindi nagsisinungaling. Talagang he speaks from his heart.
Okay.
Yung mga ibang sinasabi nila, yung mga mag-i-slide down, yan ko yung mga na pinapakalat ng mga ang alam ko, merong isang magaling magpakalat ng fake news dyan. Yung isang kandidato. Oo. Dahil wala naman siyang pwedeng ipakalat na good news. Dahil nga hindi naman siya. Oo. Dahil kung titignan mo yung qualification niya, talaga wala siyang kakayahan. Hindi ko alam kung saan siya humuhugot ng lakas ng loob at kapal ng mukha para kumandidato pagkapangulo.
Okay. Yan. Sino yan? Ito, biglang uminit yung aking...
Yung kulay ng polo mo. Yan.
Ay, huwag kang ganyan ha.
Pero hindi ikaw yun. Hindi ikaw yun. Yung kulay lang.
Mapilitan. Oy, para sa breast cancer to ha. Kayo talaga.
Yun na nga.
Babag kayo.
Ang ginawa niya, breast cancer nga. Yun yung simbolo ng breast cancer.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Ginawa niya kanyang kulay ngayon. Iniwan niya yung kulay na tumulong sa kanya, yung dilaw.
Okay, wait a minute.
Sa kulay na yan.
Bongbot, sandali ha.
Siguro naisip niya, siya yung breast cancer ng Pilipinas, kaya niya ginamit yung kulay na yan.
Okay, Kongbot, I understand your passion in politics, no? Pero parang hindi ba foul itong nangyayari to? Kasi parang either it's the party president, it's the campaign manager na ang bumabanat. Tapos yung mga kandidato ay puro mabilang dinumero ang galaw. I mean, what is this? Is this going to be a battle of party presidents and campaign managers?
Ay, hindi naman siguro ganun ko yung nakikita ko. Alam mo, the line that will separate the winners from the losers in the coming elections ay yung organization sa ground, kuya. Yun yung maghihiwalay sa kanila.
Well, I'm going to have to end it at this, pero sigurado may part 2 tayo. Pakabit ka na ng PLDT home fiber internet, optic internet para maganda-ganda usapan natin. Pero I
meron
think
ako kaya lang, ayaw ko bakit.
Wag na.
Palyado.
Hindi palyado, palagay ko technical expert mo dyan, palyado. Okay, anyway, we'll have to close it at this point, Congressman Alvarez, pero I'm sure iinit palalo ito, pero sana naman we can stay civil and polite. Thank you very much, Congressman Alvarez. Okay, that's Congressman Bebot Alvarez. And I leave you with this commanded blessing from the Lord. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his face toward you and give you peace. Okay. Thank you for joining us this week. And please, Arvic and Cignal, please give me this extra minute na lang. I'm appealing to all the campaign managers and party heads. Please, campaign on the merit of your candidate. Campaign on the vision of your candidate, not on your perceived defects of your opponents. Kasi wag pong ganon, masakit pong pakinggan, kulang na lang sabihin, hubarin ko yung aking polo dahil ito raw yung kulay ng kalaban nila. Hindi po ito tungkol sa laban. Ito po ay tungkol sa paghahanap ng tamang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas. May God help us all. Thank you. Please keep it here on Cignal TV and can continue to watch us on One News PH.